everybody, it's Patrick from the Mast Knife Shop, and today I'm coming to you with something a little bit different today. We've had some feedback from our subscribers and followers, and they had mentioned that it'd be nice to see some comparison looks at some of the knives we carry at the knife shop. And I thought what better place to start than the Winkler brand. It is one of our favorite and best-selling brands. And so we got compared two of them. My favorite, which is the General, which is, of course, a Mast exclusive knife, with something that is new that's come out recently, which is the Forest Edge. And I really have a good time when I was checking out these and really researching them. One of the cool things I found about Forest Edge, this is currently Daniel Winkler's favorite knife, and he carries it all the time. I watched a video he just did recently over at his Winkler actual shop, and it was really cool to see him admit that this is his favorite knife. So let's go ahead and we're going to do a comparison all the way down from all the specs and everything about them, and then kind of give you some feedback on what I see as good usage for each one. And then you can kind of decide on which one kind of fits for you, what fits into your lifestyle, outdoor, indoor, wherever you're working or wherever you're hanging out and having hobbies, which one of these knives is best working for you. So let's start off. The first one I'll bring out is the General. As I said, this is an exclusive knife for Mast General Store. It was built with a collaboration with Winkler. This is my design, believe it or not. I mean, you'll see that if you watch the video on the General. It'll talk about that. But this is a really nice piece. Now, it is an EDC. It was designed with that in mind, but this is also a collectible piece. So that's something to keep in mind as we go through this process. This one is the Forest Edge. This one is a beefier knife, and I really like this design. I can't say it enough. These, believe it or not, are my two favorite Winklers. I just think they're the best pieces that are built for what we sell in our store. This one is also EDC, hunt, camp, hike, fish. You take it anywhere. It's a little bit bigger than this. When this was designed, it was more for EDC carry. You don't have to. You can be just hanging out for the day, wearing it on your hip, whereas this may be a little bit big for that, but you can use it on the site. They both have ADCR V2 steel. It is a high carbon German steel. When I say high carbon, you'll see it really is high carbon. We'll cover that in the specs later. I do like the fact that this handle is curly maple. It's got its beautiful laser engraving of Grandfather Mountain. That's adding to the collectability of it. It's got that local flavor. It has the Mast stamping on the spine. You can see right there. Really nice engraving on the spine for Mast General Store, making it more collectible. Really nice. Again, EDC, but really in the collectible family. This particular one, you'll notice it's got a nice micarta handle. This is OD green, and it just has a more beefier feel and look to it. This particular one, you can get in walnut, you can get it in maple, engraved with a tribal engraving, but this is the basic one we sell, and we sell quite a bit of it. If you look on here, you're going to see, I'll flip it around for you. There's Daniel's stamping for Winkler Knives, which is always nice to have right on there. And also for this particular one, he did some special jimping, and I'm going to try and focus it in for you. You can see right there by my thumb. He did laser engraved jimping, so a little bit more beautiful look to it. I find that it doesn't have the gripping really. It's still there, and you can still use it, but you're going to depend more on the finger stop on here when you're out in the brush using this particular knife. Looking at that. For the sheaths, they're both going to be very simple. This one is leather kydex. It was made specifically for the General. On the back side, two wears. You can either wear it straight up and down, or you can swing this around and wear it cross draw. So that's that. This is way more functionality. It's got the same finish. It's got kydex covered in leather. It's got the felt on the inside. But this on the back is way more adaptable because this was built originally for military guys. This piece can come off. You can clip it on. You can turn it sideways, cross draw, take it off. You can run a strap through here. Cross draw regular. If you have heavy duty straps for vesting and stuff like that, there's hardware in the box that you can adjust that strap with. So this is way more adjustable. So if you're the person that's going to be using it out in the brush and really feel like you want something to be your thing and adjust to how you wear it, whether it be on your vest or on your hip or on your backpack, this one's got more options to it. As far as the blades go, I want to talk about blade shape here. They're both going to be drop point. This is a much thinner blade. You can see that. For EDC carry, you don't really need a lot to work with. It'll do some simple things on the campsite, but it's not made for hardcore. Whereas this one, you can see it's got a much bigger belly, much wider here. And so this is more of a work knife. You could even use this for batoning down some kindling and even some very small logs if you're breaking up for your fire out there on the campsite. So I do like that. And of course, they both have a nice lanyard hole, which anybody that's watched my videos know that I like lanyards, and that's great. Let's take a look at the sizes for these. They're very similar, but let's look at them anyways. For the General, full length on this from the back to front is 7.5 inches, and the blade length for working is 3 inches. The weight on this is 4.4. Pretty typical for EDC, pretty nice to carry, you don't feel overweighted. This guy changes it up a bit and you can tell it's more of a work knife. Now lengthwise, you're still sitting there, it's right at 8 inches, and your cutting edge is at 3 3/4 inches. So you got more to work with, you got more handle to hang on to. It's just more, and the weight on this is 6.2 ounces. So you have that extra beefy feel to it. You'll feel like it's more of a work knife, and this is more of a casual knife. So you can see this is a much beefier knife, really for more work challenges on a campsite or a hunt site. That's how this was built, what it was built for. And the design in this was actually something that goes back to the times when Daniel was doing hand forging. And this is kind of a design that leans back to that era back in the 70s and early 80s when he was just starting out. These guys both have ADCR V2 steel. Let's take a look at where it fits on our steel chart. ADCR V2 was chosen because he was building knives for the military and they needed something that was super, super tough and also could take a quick edge. As you can see here, the edge retention chart, the toughness chart, and the corrosion resistance chart. It's pretty low on edge retention, but don't let that fool you. It does hold a good edge. We've had customers using this knife and told us it holds it up just fine for being out in the woods. The focus was on the hardness and toughness of this. This prevents chipping, micro-chipping, tip breaking, and it's just almost off the charts. Corrosion resistance for ADCR V2 is non-existent, basically. That's why they put the Caswell finish on there. That's why you get the blade wax to take care of it. When you're done with your day, you want to wipe that blade down with some blade wax, and that will protect it. Definitely want to make sure you do that because the corrosion resistance is pretty much non-existent. But that's because it's a high carbon steel, and high carbon always has issues with corrosion resistance. So in retrospect, when I was looking at this and researching and thinking about what to say, in my mind, I want to say they're both great knives. You can own them both. It wouldn't make any sense to some of you. We know in our knife shop, we see all kinds of people come through. And I got to tell you, the people who spend a lot of time in the outdoors, you can tell them right away what they're looking for, what they're looking for in our shop. This is where they lean. This one here, it still gets that person, but mostly we're getting people who are looking for something from Winkler that nobody else is carrying. And this is only available in our store or on our website because it is a collaboration made with Daniel and is made specifically for the Mast General store. So depending on what your needs are, it's kind of what we talk about in the store when you're picking out your knife. We said it's easy to be surrounded by a room full of knives and be excited, but picture yourself out of our store, out in the field somewhere, which knife is going to suit you for what you do. And that's kind of how we look at these two knives. They're similar in a lot of respects, but I feel like for those who collect and just want an EDC to carry, that's your best bet. For those who are going to beat the crap out of a knife and take it out in the woods or take it out on a hunt site and really expect a lot out of it, I think you're looking at the Forest Edge. I think either one is going to be a great knife. That's why we carry them. I think you'd be happy with whichever one you got, but you got to figure what your life is like and where that fits in. And that'll be the knife that you pick. Remember, the specs, pricing, and links to purchases are down below. And if you have any questions about either of these knives, you can always buzz up our knife shop or come see us. The pricing on this is a little bit different. This particular one is $325. That includes your sheath, obviously. Really great price for a collectible exclusive knife from Mast store. This guy's a little beefier. It's going to take a little bit more money. This is $365, again, coming with a nice sheath. Either one is worth the money because these things are built to stand up for generations. Pass them on down through the families, and they're just great knives. Winkler's known for that, and that's why we've been carrying his knives in our shop for about 7 years now. That'll do it for the comparison of the General and the Forest Edge from Winkler Knives. I hope you guys found this information helpful. Before you go, would you hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you won't miss any of the content when we release it. Thanks for watching, and we're going to see you guys next time.